Hey guys, my name is Pizzeh. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the leaked ZAPPER trap that's going to be coming to Fortnite. I'm guessing fairly soon. Before we get into that video though, I just want to say if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe down below with those notifications on. If you want to see a lot more leak videos or just Fortnite related videos, also make sure to go down in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, join my Discord, and subscribe to my second channel. Big things are going to be happening on my second channel, so make sure you go subscribe to that. Know you guys will like what's going on there. And let's go ahead and get into the video. Alright, so here on the screen you can see we have the ZAPPER trap. This is what it's actually going to look like when it's actually in the game, how it's going to look with all the electricity and everything like that. We're going to be looking at some of the specs that we know so far of this trap, and this was actually leaked by Forttory at Forttory on Twitter, so if you want to go check him out, you can. He says that it's going to be an epic rarity, and it can be placed on floors, walls, and the most interesting, on roofs also, which is kind of cool because I don't think we've had a trap that can be placed on roofs. I'm not 100% sure though, don't quote me on that, but from what I remember, we haven't really had any traps recently, at least, that can be placed on roofs, so that's kind of interesting to see. And it also says that it can be placed on enemy buildings, which is kind of interesting because, normally when you have a trap, you can only place it on buildings that you placed. So, like with all those montages where people like trap people in a 1x1 and then place a trap there and like a spike trap and get them. Now this can be placed on enemy traps, which is kind of interesting. He also said the max stack size is 4, which is a pretty good amount. I'm guessing it's not like the highest amount like compared to some other traps, so I'm guessing it might be kind of overpowered if you had a lot of them, but a lot of other people are also saying that since it can be placed on enemy buildings, that this trap might actually damage everybody, including the people that place the trap, so that you can't just like place it right next to where you're at and it'll only kill the person next to you, and that it might actually kill you and the person next to you, or damage you and the person next to you. So that's kind of interesting to see. I think this will definitely change the dynamic of the game. This could end up being game changing depending on how the trap ends up working. If it might end up being like one of the top traps, that like the spike trap that people use, and that could be pretty interesting as well. Some other people are saying that the ZAPPER trap could also end up being a throwable trap, like you throw it at a building and it'll stick on the building or something like that. I'm not really too sure how this could work. This is just a theory that it's going to be throwable. I don't really think we have any confirmation of that, but I'm kind of thinking that would be really interesting, maybe like throwing one of these super far and it like landing on a wall and then ending up killing somebody. That could be something really cool to see, like maybe in a Fortnite montage or something like that. And if these theories do end up being true, where it can be placed on enemies' walls, on roofs, and it can be thrown, this might end up being like a very game-changing trap, and a trap that can be used in a lot of different creative ways, to like in your advantage and everything like that. Personally, I don't think Fortnite's gonna make this trap too overpowered, because for some reason all the like traps we've been getting recently, where it came to like the chiller traps and all these other traps, they've never really been that overpowered or that useful in the game, really. The only useful traps I can really think of are like the normal spike traps that are still in the game, and then like the chillers are kind of useful, and then the bouncers were also really useful to have, and maybe this will end up being another useful trap, but seeing on how the past traps have been when they were implemented into the game, they weren't that useful, and they normally weren't being used that much, and if they were being used, they really didn't end up doing anything to people, and they were just kind of there. It's just kind of a item that you picked up, and you never really use it, just stayed in your inventory the whole game. And a lot of people are saying that this is going to end up just being a revamp of the OG Season 1 ZAPPER trap, because I think this trap is also in Save the World, or something like it is in Save the World. I'm not 100% sure. I don't really play Save the World that much myself, and I don't really watch many YouTube videos of it, but I think this is something that might have come from Save the World, but it might be edited a little bit and changed a little bit to fit the Battle Royale, of course, because, if certain things came from Save the World and were just put straight into Fortnite Battle Royale without any changes or anything, they'd be kind of overpowered, or very underpowered, depending on how you look at it. But I'm thinking this is going to be hopefully a pretty good item to see. We've been getting a lot of bad updates recently, a lot of bad game changes, and hopefully this ZAPPER trap might end up being something that makes the game better or more fun, or just kind of changes up the dynamic a little bit, because I think that's what everybody's really looking for right now, is just a different dynamic. Things are getting boring, things are getting worse, and I think this ZAPPER trap could bring something to the table that Fortnite players are looking for, or Fortnite players that are debating on quitting might be looking for, so that's pretty nice to see. Anyways guys, that's going to be it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe if you have not already. If you want to see more of these leaks, make sure to leave a comment down below and everything. like that, make sure to go subscribe to my second channel. Links to all that's in the description. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.